before race day, long before qualifications, the fastest cars ever to leave Detroit assembly lines are shaking down, ready to meet the challenge of a 500-mile run. This is a once-a-year classic, the World Series of stock car auto racing. This race and others like it have become the nation's greatest testing ground of automobiles and accessories. And 13 makes of cars are ready to meet the challenge of the 1 3/8 track, the fastest stock car racing arena in the world. After practice comes the first test, qualifications. Number 3 and number 92 wait at the starting line. Both cars prepared by master mechanic Smokey Yunick. Number 3, Paul Goldsmith, a rookie who drove sensationally in high-speed experimental tests run at this track earlier in the year. These qualifying runs are important. They determine position in the starting lineup for the race. Fastest man starts at the front of the field, and Goldsmith wants a top spot. He eases his Chevrolet to the first turn, coming up to racing speed. He's ready and on his run. Goldsmith's first lap sets a new record, better than 115 miles an hour. Into the long backstretch, Goldsmith is pouring it on. And after 4 record-breaking laps, comes up with a checkered flag with a new track record. Goldsmith qualifies at an average speed of 116 miles an hour, 4 miles an hour better than last year's record. The man to beat, 3-time Southern 500 winner, Herb Thomas, ready to qualify a new Chevrolet. This car carries the same number that Thomas has made famous in stock car racing competition across the nation. He's up to speed, and the quiet Carolina countryside echoes to the mighty roar of his engine. Thomas qualifies. He roars toward the checkered flag at the end of a 4-lap run at 115 miles an hour. Aboard to the line with Marvin Panch at the wheel. His hood painted with the sign 260 horsepower. And Panch can handle that power. His practice runs have been fast. Panch takes the green flag and begins to travel. And records only an hour old are smashed beneath the driving wheels of number 8. Panch meets the checkered flag at an average speed just short of 117 miles an hour. The sound of record-shattering runs bring mechanics and crewmen to the pit wall as Speedy Thompson rolls out in a Chrysler 300B. Speedy's first lap is 119.2 miles an hour. His 4-lap average an amazing 118. A tribute to high-performance engine. 7 years ago, top qualifying speed was a mere 82 miles an hour. This sums up the challenge to mechanics of cars not yet qualified. Although these cars are strictly stock, there's a lot of work between showroom and speed trials. No one knows better than Tim Flock, twice Nascar national champion, and his brother, mechanic Bob Flock. Tim drives this Ford. How fast will it run? Only 3 more days of qualification to find out. Within those 3 days, this chassis will be ready to race. Skilled mechanics will drop in an engine, tune it, send it out for practice, and tear it down again in a never-ending search for speed, endurance, and dependability. Parts, accessories, fuels, lubricants, all must withstand the test of competition here in the toughest contest in the automotive world. These mechanics literally eat and sleep with their machine. Even Smokey Yunick, with 2 cars already qualified, works round the clock getting ready for the 500-mile grind. Yunick can tell us something about the problems the Chevrolet entries face here at Darlington. Let's listen to him.
A good mechanic takes the very best of everything that he can get and use and makes sure that he uses it to the best advantage. A lot of us fellows figure that 500 miles at Darlington is equivalent to 50 to 60,000 miles on the road. On this particular racetrack, the grit and the rubber and the dust that's in the air could completely ruin an engine even before you went 500 miles. Outside the racetrack, I run a garage, and we have a big problem about dust eating up engines, and the air filters that are used in production as a rule are not adequate. So we have to keep looking around for better products, and we found that this Purolator paper type filler did a better job than anything else we've ever had with an increase in horsepower. So that's what we really go for.
John Holman, top mechanic on Ford entries, puts it this way.
I'm really impressed with this Purolator job. I know that we would be almost dead ducks if we didn't have the thing, because we're running sometimes as many as 3 races a week with the same car, and we have to have something that'll help us keep our maintenance work to a minimum. If we didn't have Purolator with that air cleaner, we would probably be replacing engines every race, as all the other boys in the racing business know that run this circuit every week, that there's only one air cleaner and oil filter, and that's Purolator.
As soon as mechanic and driver are satisfied they can really go, they go. Buck Baker, teammate of Speedy Thompson, eases his Chrysler 300B into a qualifying run, climbing the high bank at better than 117 miles an hour. And there goes yesterday's record. 1 lap complete at 120 miles an hour, and a full run at an average of 119.6 miles an hour, almost 8 miles faster than last year's record. As Baker roars across the finish line, the starter's signal goes to Tim Flock, last year's record setter. Flock moves his Ford smoothly in his run. Back in the pits, Buck Baker and his crew are jubilant with the new record. Tim Flock qualifies at 116 miles an hour, 4 miles better than last year, yet incredible as it seems, almost 4 miles slower than the new record. Behind the scenes, inspectors check every car making a qualification attempt. These cars are certified stock within the rules set down by the National Association for Stock Car Auto Racing. When the race is over, the first 5 finishers are rechecked against stock specifications. After qualification, the cars are impounded, and 24-hour-a-day guards make sure that there is no tampering with qualified cars. A parade of speed runs continue. Late qualifier Curtis Turner averages 118.5 miles an hour in a Ford. His car is one of 20 that cracked Tim Flock's record of a year ago. When qualifications end and the dust settles, 70 cars are impounded, the fastest field ever to compete in a stock car contest. There is a different kind of contest, though, the night before the race. Specifications here are just as important as in race cars, and everything is strictly stock, especially the chassis. Tim Flock, who has never had any trouble seeing on the track, seems to be suffering from eye strain. Here on the main straightaway, these girls are competing for the title Miss Southern 500 and the privilege of ruling as queen of the race. The competition is terrific. Fonty Flock, another judge, just can't make up his mind. These contestants are all South Carolina girls who... Fonty spots a winner. It's 19-year-old Robin Williamson. As the scene is recorded for history by the Bell and Howells, Queen Williamson receives her crown from last year's title holder. Meet the queen of the race, Miss Southern 500. Race morning, and the country roads for miles around are jammed with fans who camped out to get an early start. The parking lots are packed by sunup, and the main grandstand is filled with spectators who bought tickets months ago. The raw earth alongside the back straightaway was tossed there as a new grandstand seating 15,000 was built and sold out. The last chance for a good seat is in the infield, where you bring the fixings and build them as you need them. Neighbor, lend a hand and we'll both see the race. The crowd is enormous, and the National Championship High School Band of Georgetown, South Carolina, makes them welcome in true Southern style. They all look right at home. This band has won 2 national titles in the past year for its sparkling performance. But as 70,000 fans look on, They make way for the main show as the cars are signaled out of their pits to the starting line. Joe Weatherly, racing for Pete DePaulo, former Indianapolis winner. Weatherly's teammate, Curtis Turner, has led in every Southern 500, but never at the finish. Fireball Roberts, a spectacular blowout, stopped him last year. Buck Baker, fastest in the field. Ponty Flock, winner in 1952, anxious to roll. He ran one qualifying lap at 120 miles an hour. They're ready now. Next to the official Purolator car is Speedy Thompson, number 57. Panch is in number 8, and Bill Amick in 97 on the outside. All cars are started and begin the pace lap, which gives the drivers a chance to line up in proper position before coming down past the starting line at better than 90 miles an hour. They're moving smoothly past the main grandstand into the first turn, a mighty parade of power. These high-performance machines are ready for anything. The dust and dirt kicked up by each car, the high bank turns which put a premium on car control, the long straightaways where drivers demand full power. Because of the large starting field, half the pit areas have been placed along the backstretch facing the new grandstands. The first time this plan has been used on an American racetrack. The third turn, ready now for 500 miles of performance. A year's performance packed into one afternoon. They're running for the largest purse ever offered in stock car racing competition. Here they come. The race is on. The front runners roar away, leaving a dust and grit-filled tornado as they head for the first turn. Engine number 8 jams his Ford into the lead. Thompson's Chrysler is a close second. Goldsmith's Chevrolet is third. Down the backstretch, Panch shows the field his tailpipe. He roars into the front stretch, carrying a new record for the first lap of 115 miles an hour as other cars string out. Thompson is challenging, and the big Chrysler passes to take the lead. This pace can't last. Thompson is traveling 20 miles an hour faster than the track record for the full 500 miles. The leaders begin to overtake the stragglers. Thompson leading away past slower cars like an express train. But Panch hangs on. And he's catching him. As Goldsmith holds on to third, Panch roars down the backstretch to grab the lead. Number 86, Tim Flock, has moved through the field to challenge Amick for fourth place. Thompson in 57 gets next to the rail and throws coal on the fire. He passes and is back in first place. There's a car in trouble. Arden Mount slows down and moves away from the guardrail, away from the high bank to give faster cars the right of way. Most drivers travel inches away from the outside guardrail. It's a long way around, but it's fastest. Arden Mounts heads for the pits, out of the race. Panch in number 8 has taken back the lead, roaring through the first 10 laps at 114.9 miles an hour. Thompson won't go along. He eases off the pace, saving his car for the full 500-mile run. But Tim Flock in number 86 wants to run in front, moving through the field like a veteran at 115 miles an hour and hounding rookie Goldsmith for third place. But Goldsmith in number 3 can run like a rabbit when he has to. Tim Flock has trouble of his own as Curtis Turner, third fastest qualifier, whips number 99 into 5th position. Joe Weatherly finds himself traveling 70 miles an hour backwards before he scrapes to a stop against the retaining wall. His number 9 is teammate to Turner's 99. Weatherly's a sitting duck out there as 100-mile-an-hour traffic bears down, but his fellow drivers manage to get around him. Weatherly finds a break in traffic and heads for the pits and a new tire. he's not through racing. Curtis Turner takes 99 high into the groove, passing Flock to take fourth. Herb Thomas drives a steady, relentless race. Smokey Yunick puts the stopwatch on him. Herb and Smokey run a waiting race, running against the clock, not against the front runners. Trouble on the backstretch. Jack Smith sets a new speed record for traveling sideways. A 300-foot slide ends a few feet from the guardrail, but he's heading right back. The yellow caution signal momentarily slows the pace, and Tim Flock heads for his pit and a precautionary tire change. Time spent in the pits is counted against each driver, and with traffic moving past at 110 miles an hour, your pit crew has to be fast. Thomas makes his first scheduled pit stop. His super service station moves into action. Maury Rose, three-time Indianapolis winner, handles the windshield cleaning chores. The film of dust and grit can be cut with a knife. In seconds, Herb Thomas is on his way, picking up speed as the green flag sends the field into high speed. Leading the pack is number 8, Marvin Panch at the wheel. Coming out of the second turn, Curtis Turner passes Goldsmith to take second place. Turner in a Ford is really traveling, but Panch passes him where he finds them, piling up prize money as he holds first place. Herb Thomas meets the guardrail head-on, then spins twice after he's struck from the rear by another car. Thomas keeps the car under control and eases his battered machine toward the pits as the yellow flag slows the field. But Fireball Roberts in number 22 hasn't seen the signal to slow down. He barrels through the turn and plows into number 98. Danny Lettner punches through the steel guardrail, but he's not injured. Fireball Roberts, number 22, is disabled and limps into the infield. Once they hook up the tow truck, there isn't much chance for any more racing. But Thomas has brought number 92 to the pits under his own power, and his crew goes to work. Thomas wants to run again. Smokey Yunick is a fighting mechanic who isn't going to throw away all that pre-race effort without a fight. In a matter of minutes, a new radiator is fitted to the battered machine. But those minutes are precious. Roaring past the pits, Curtis Turner rips off laps at 110 miles an hour. Thomas is racing again. It may not look pretty, but it can run and run fast. To Thomas and his mechanic, it's the most wonderful sight in the world. Panch still sets the pace. Turner in number 99 is only 51 seconds behind. There's a mix-up in the second turn. Oops, pardon me. No damage. Now all he needs is tailwind. Panch is slowing down. He's heading into his pit on the backstretch. Each leading lap is worth extra prize money for Panch, but high-speed running has worn his tires. As his crew set to work on the double, a purple and white blur streaks out of the turn into the backstretch. Curtis Turner is blasting by the stragglers to take first place. The seconds tick away for Panch. Number 26, a Mercury with Jim Pascal at the controls, takes over second behind Turner. Billy Myers in another Mercury sends number 14 roaring into third place. At last, Panch gets away. His pit stop drops into fourth place. Pascal firmly settled in second place. Billy Myers, his teammate, close behind in third. 250 miles and no let up. Pascal, Myers, and Turner trade the lead at a furious pace. Records are smashed at every distance, and still lap speeds climb higher, higher. A cloud of dust, 30 feet of missing guardrail. One car unaccounted for, another crippled. Then a gas tank torn loose from the disabled car by the shock of collision is crushed by another car and ignites. In seconds, a chain of events that can lead to disaster confronts every driver hurtling into the corner. The missing car is Bill Brown's. It pitched over a 26-foot embankment and lies wrecked, although the driver is all right. But Larry Flynn is still in his car. A trail of gasoline is splashed across the asphalt toward his wreck. The column of smoke warns all other cars on the track, and skillful driving lessens the danger of a pileup. There's Flynn. He's out of danger. The pace car keeps the field at half speed as the fire is brought under control and the track cleared. As the green flag signals for high speed, Curtis Turner rolls into his pit for fuel and fresh tires. His crew worked with trained precision, hoping to roll Turner out before second place number 26 moves into the lead. On the other side of the track, number 26 with Pascal at the wheel also pits. The fight for the lead and perhaps the race may be decided now in the pits by the competing crews. Is Turner in trouble? The hood is up on number 99. Turner has led every Southern 500 race, but mechanical trouble kept him from finishing at the top. Pascal's crew is working fast, and Pascal is itching to let it run. Turner's hood is down, and he rolls out, back on the track and back in the lead. Pascal's crew sent him on his way. His stop cost him 3 positions, but with a full gas tank and fresh tires, he's still a challenge to front-running Turner. Billy Myers now is in second place, but he's still half a lap behind Turner. Thompson in 57 is third. Panch in number 8, right behind him. Pascal is charging, making up for lost time. Win Staley nudges the guardrail and stops broadside in the groove, that invisible lane that most drivers find the fastest and smoothest way around, the lane that draws the 100-mile-an-hour traffic. Traffic slips by. Many of the cars forced to dent the guardrail, avoiding a collision. Billy Myers gives up second place in order to make a pit stop, and the same crew that serviced Pascal now turns to his teammate. The third member of the Mercury stable, Fonte Flock, winner in 1952, lead puts it down the backstretch, one of racing's toughest competitors. But Turner is tougher, passing Speedy Thompson in number 57. He has a full lap lead on second place. Thompson's teammate, Buck Baker, has run out of luck. The fastest qualification speed doesn't mean a thing when too many pit stops slow you down. Turner is mopping up the field, picking up some help from his teammate, Joe Weatherly, in number 9. Herb Thomas is still running and running well. A real tribute to driver, mechanic, and equipment. Time lost in pit stops is hard to make back, and Smokey Yunick's hopes lie now with Paul Goldsmith, running like a veteran in 5th position. A spin. And a recovery. Roz Howard finds out the hard way how it feels to be on ice. Speedy Thompson pits for tires. Thompson has driven beautifully, pacing himself through the afternoon, saving himself and his car. He's holding his Chrysler in second place, even though Marvin Panch in a Ford is trying to move up from third. Thompson is ready to race again, picking up speed slowly, watching for Turner, who continues to set the pace and set new records as he goes. Turner has better than a lap lead on the next 3 places, Thompson, Panch, and Goldsmith. But Turner keeps his throttle wide open. He's determined to win going away. Old 99 comes up on Goldsmith, laps the field again, and still refuses to slow down. Lap by lap, Turner opens up his leads, smashing all existing stock car records for the distance. He's giving the fans something to remember. One of the greatest runs for the checkered flag ever seen. Even winners like Fonte Flock in car 15 can't do more than keep up with Turner. the white flag, pointing at Turner. And old 99 roars down the straightaway to begin the last lap. The crowd on the main straightaway is on its feet as Turner lead-foots it through the third turn. Curtis Turner wins his first Southern 500 going away. The last time around, Turner takes one lap for insurance before rolling toward the winner's circle. Turner is a wealthy Virginia lumberman who races for the sport of racing, the solid satisfaction of rewriting the record books. His new record for 500 miles is better than 95 miles an hour. 5 makes of automobiles were represented in the first 10 finishes, a tribute to performance of all automotive products tested here. And Purolator is proud of the part it played in helping Curtis Turner win this greatest of all stock car races. For Curtis, like 9 out of 10 NASCAR drivers, depends on Purolator oil and air filters to keep flying grit from wrecking his engine. Years of outstanding performance have proven Purolator best on the racetrack and on the highway. To protect your engine, insist on Purolator oil filters and air filters. Race proved best for every make of car.